Alright guys, let's see how our audio sounds today. Check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Check, 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 check.
Nice. We have good audio, which is great. Got some pups walking around. Maybe they'll say hi in a little bit. Hey, JRT is here. What's up, JRT? Appreciate you coming to say hi. All right, so what are we gonna do today? We are got some college football on. Gonna do some putting. Probably do some stretching because I've not been through that yet today. Hey, Squirrel Sniper is here. Hello, my friend. Can't stay long about the drive. Well, I'm grateful that you came to say hello. Stopped in. I hope you have safe travels. Okay. Liked first with intent. I love that, Squirrel Sniper. Do. Look at that. Great way to start a practice session is always with a make. We got our Pels tutor set up here. We're 5 feet from the hole. Working on start line. Let's see if I can find the multi-view for this guy. Well, Michigan has not put up as much of a fight as we maybe hoped, but it's always fun watching football in the snow. Maybe I can't do multi-view in this setup. What's an easy go-to routine you use on the greens? Well, this is a great tool, this Pels tutor. Similarly, you could just set up some tees and make a gate, but basically you need some feedback to know that you're starting the ball on your intended line, right? If you're, it doesn't help, you could read the putt perfectly and hit at the right speed, but if you're not starting the ball where you're aiming, you're gonna have a really tough time making putts. Have you set it up on extreme difficulty? It is on extreme difficulty. My putting is down bad at the moment. Yeah, so two things you gotta understand. There's two kinds of putts. Or, one thing I should say. Two kinds of putts. There's approach putting, which is every putt outside of, call it 8 feet, maybe 10 feet. All you're trying to do is get that ball as close to the hole as possible. You just want a 2-putt. And outside of 30 feet, you're actually picking up strokes if you 2-putt. So work on your lag putting. Practice at 20, 30, 40-foot intervals. Trying to roll your ball into a 2-foot circle, maybe a 3-foot circle. And so that's type number one. Those are approach putts. Then number two, there's the short range putts, right? That inside of 8 feet or 10 feet, like I was saying. And that's where start line, starting the ball on your intended line is so important. I think I read it's about 90% of whether or not you make those putts. And because the break even, at least, on the PJ Tour where we have good data, is about 8 feet. So the break, you pick up half a shot every time you make an 8-footer. And a little bit less as you get closer. And every time you miss a 3-footer, you're losing a full shot. So that 3 to 8 foot range is really, really important. You can pick up a lot of incremental strokes gained there. Hey, Spider Boy is here. I do remember you. Thank you so much for coming back to see another stream. Wow, look at that. Michigan punting again. Not their day. Tough weather. Defense just didn't hold up. Hey, Oren's here. I do remember you, Oren. Welcome back to the stream. Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for coming back for a second stream. It's very cool that people see the channel, they see what I'm talking about or listen to me, and they say, you know what, I'm going to come back and check that out again. That's the best compliment or bit of praise that I could ask for as a creator. Somebody said, hey, I saw what you made and I liked it and I want to come back and see some more. Oren just made an eagle. That's amazing. Hello, aus Deutschland. Hello. Hey, Joshua R is here. Welcome back to the stream. I've only been to Germany once, but it was a wonderful place to visit and I would love to go back. It's actually the only country in Europe where I've played golf. Played a little bit of golf over in Germany. It was very cool. You're welcome, JRT. I hope that helps. Again, I'm not affiliated with these products at all. These are just the ones that I use. The Pels Tutor and the Well Stroke Mat, I think, are awesome, awesome tools. Boom. I also have this putting mirror that I'll put down sometimes, guys. These are really good for making sure that your setup is consistent. So you'd put this down, you know, set up to the ball like you were going to hit it. And what you're looking for is you want to see your eyes when you're in your posture just inside or kind of right on top of that line where the golf ball is. You want to make sure that's very consistent. You don't want to be out on your toes looking over it or, you know, way back here, kind of hanging back. You want to make sure that we're nice and centered with our eyes when we're in our posture right on top of that golf ball, or maybe just a fraction on the inside, if anything. Boom. Pretty easy from 2.5 feet, but the idea here is to feel, you know, teach yourself, okay, when we get in our posture, where are our eyes going to be? Six, 7. Hey, Adam's here. 3 weeks in, my dude. So proud of you. Adam's been engaging with us here on the channel, sharing his alcohol-free journey. So proud of you, my dude. I know it's not easy to, number one, to make those steps and to show up for yourself, but also to come on here and talk about it openly. So I'm grateful that you're allowing me to be part of your journey, and you're inspiring to me, so keep up the hard work, Adam. 6, 7. Did I say it right? Oren said hi. Hey, Oren. Sosa said Euphoria. Like the TV show? I'm going to go, but just know you are always worth something and someone is always watching you and loving you. Thanks very much, Oren. That's very nice of you to say. Wow, 400 yards almost for Ohio State. Just going to be running the clock out here, I assume. 3-score game. Kind of a bummer. I thought it might be a better game coming down to the end. Oren, I really appreciate your kind words. Grateful that you stopped by to check out the stream today. Do. You're welcome, Adam. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Colby's here. Colby Queso. Shout out to you, Colby. I've been thinking about trying to give the streams a little bit more of a theme. I'm curious what you guys think about this idea of maybe doing... I was thinking Sunday could be like a sober hangout, watch football space kind of thing. Oh, now they're fighting. Guys, you can't really fight when you're down by 18 points. That's not going to look great. we could do Monday motivation. This is something I'm starting to think about in an attempt to give this a little more structure and have a better sense of what the scheduling might look like. No, we've just barely missed on that left side there. Boom. So what have I been working on in my putting? I've been working on start line a bunch. Been working on transition, trying to keep that nice and smooth. Nice. If you guys are enjoying the stream, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Really does help me out as we continue trying to build our community, build our platform. We're all in this together, guys. Like I say in lots of videos, if you're out there struggling, know that you're not alone. I'm here right alongside you, fighting the same fight. Boom. And I'm never going to tell you it's easy. It's not my job. My job isn't to tell you that things will be easy. But it is my job, I think, to show people what's possible. That you can really make big changes in your life with committed efforts, with intentional work that you put in consistently over a long period of time. It's not going to happen quickly, but I think I'm living proof that you can make big changes. You can decide to, update your identity, for lack of a better phrase. You can become a better, happier, more fulfilled version of yourself. But it doesn't happen overnight. You just have to show up for yourself, do a lot of hard work, day after day after day. And then you look back and you say, wow, I've come a long way. But every single day in that journey, those are the steps. That's how you actually get there. It's not just one big leap. It's just pushing an inch at a time, forward an inch at a time. Let me see if I can make this a little nicer to look at. You know what else we should do, guys? I think it'd be fun to do another What's in the Bag video. Maybe I'll film that when we get done streaming. We can go through all the clubs. Are there any other good games on we can check out? Wow, Miami with another strong outing. Hopefully there's some better games on this afternoon that we can live react to, because there hasn't been much. That game's a blowout. LSU and Oklahoma could be a good game. Whoa, Texas Tech. Don't take your foot off the gas. UCF and BYU. I think we're mostly just waiting for the LSU and Oklahoma game at this point is what it looks like. Also, guys, really quick, shout out to Sober Golf Club, hooking me up with some awesome merch and this cool hat. If you're interested in learning more about Sober Golf Club, go check them out on Instagram. Really, really high quality stuff. I'm very impressed. And they even sent me some stuff that matches, which is super cool. So shout out to Sober Golf Club. Do 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 do. No. Ah. Let's go. Let me check one thing.